Hello everyone, my name is Alberto Enriquez, and today I'm going to do the top 10 darkest Thomas and Friends episodes. I know that I'm going to show some clips of the show, and I hate copyright. That's why I deleted some of my videos, because copyrighted. YouTube hates me. Anyways, let's go. Number 10, Scaredy Engines. This episode was scary as heck for Halloween. Look at that. Everyone's wearing costumes. It's like you're seeing at a campfire. Look at that. Everyone's doing a scary story right there.
They say that on Halloween, the ghost engine returns to the smelters looking for his lost whistle.
Man, that's so scary. Yes, it is. And look at that. And that scene, Thomas was alone.
He said nervously, "Who's there?" Thomas was so busy looking for ghosts, he didn't watch where he was going.
And the scrapyard looks like hell, the color of hell. That's really bad.
The chains felt like
Ghost fingers.
Something's got me!
Oh wow, that
Thomas
scene was so
wheezed
scary as
and
hell.
set off an old steam whistle. The ghost whistle, said Thomas, and he raced away as fast as his wheels could carry him.
Wow. Now that, and look at that. There's like so many scrapped engines here. I wonder if Sir Topham Hatt doesn't scrap any of his engines. That's why some of the engines from the Mouse series are not in the CGI series. Maybe Sir Topham might scrap them or something. I don't know. Number 9, Ghost Train. We had this really chilling opening from Percy's ghostly trick.
And every year on the date of the accident, it runs again as a warning to others, plunging into the gap. Talking about the ghost train. Driver saw it last night. Where? Asked Thomas and Toby.
And this took place at the night. Literally. And that's literally the restored version on YouTube. If you want to see the original version, go buy the DVDs. In the original version, it takes place in the middle of the day. Well, in the restored version, it takes place at the night. They're trying to make it scary or something. There's like so many restored versions of Thomas and Friends. You can see the restored versions on YouTube and the originals on DVD. Look at that scene. It took place in the middle of the day. And now it takes place in the middle of the night. Look at that. Are they trying to make it scary or something? Another chilling one. Look at that. That scared me as a kid.
But a broken cartload of lime lay ahead. Sam the farmer had just gone for help.
In this scene.
Let me in! Let me in! Wailed Percy. No, no, not by the smoke of my chimney, chim. I'll chuff and I'll puff and I'll break your door in.
Oh. Even George Carlin, the US version, is also scary as heck. These two versions scared the mucking spit out of me as a kid. And 8th place goes to Grand Puff. Look at that, like Smudger.
Smudger, said Duke, was a show-off.
I know, look at
He
that.
rode roughly and often came off the rails.
Oh. I know credits are not scary, well no. Look at that, Smudger's gone way long level. Look at that.
I warned him to be careful. Took no notice. Listen, Dookie, he snarled.
Dookie. Dookie. That's a funny joke.
Who worries about a few spills? We do here, I said.
Oh yeah, all of us always care about spills, because spills are literally a big mess.
But Smudger just laughed. Until one day, manager said he was going to make him useful at last. Smudger stopped laughing then.
Yeah, he stopped laughing because it's really bad. He turned to machine. That's why he never moved again.
Well, why? What did he do? He turned him into a generator. He's still out there behind our shed. He'll never move again.
That's what makes it so dark. Another dark thing that, look, Duke was left alone in the shed. like he's sleeping. Oh well, go to sleep. And then he went to sleep and everything around him changed. Well, Duke was never forgotten. In the episode Sleeping Beauty, I'm happy that they got Duke back. I love both episodes. Ground Puff and Sleeping Beauty, two of them were my favorite ones as a kid. They're still one of my favorites. I love them a lot. And 7th place goes to The Flying Kipper. What makes it so scary that it takes place in the dark, in the night?
Henry.
See, look, this is the restored version. In the original version, you can see the clouds. In the restored version, you can see the ground. And the Flying Kipper.
The light grew better. Signal lights shone green as they passed. A freight train was waiting in the siding to let the Flying Kipper pass, and the driver and fireman were drinking cocoa in the caboose. The Kipper is due.
See, this is also restored. Look at that. The top version is in the original mastered, and the restored mastered. Look at that. The cut was clear. You can see everything down. Maybe the camera just forgot to put it up,
said the conductor. Who cares, said the fireman. This is good cocoa. The driver got up. Come on, fireman, back to our engine.
They got out just in time.
They got out just in time.
This crash was one of the best as a kid, and as a kid, it was so chilling. It was so scary. And look at that. You can see a hand pushing it. Oh. Oh yeah, look at that. It looks like Henry smiling. Henry smiling over a crash. That makes it so scarier. Wow, it's so bad.
Henry's driver and fireman had jumped clear before the crash, but Henry lay dazed and surprised.
Well, the good thing is that he said that, so Thomas said that it wasn't your fault because of they didn't show the sign to go slow, that's why. Well, I'm happy Henry got his new shape. It's one of my favorite episodes as well. I love The Flying Kipper. This episode was so good. I love this episode a lot, as well as Grand Puff and Sleeping Beauty. Coming in 6th place goes to Duckin' Gets Spooked.
A long time ago, a little engine was returning home. It was a misty, moonlit night.
Oh. That looks like Scarloli. Well, no. It fell down under the ocean and it went up and about a ghost story. Doesn't make it so scary as heck.
Suddenly, the engine lost control and plunged over the side into the swamps below.
What the? Wow. That's what makes it so scary.
He was never found again.
Another thing that makes it scary, look at that. Look, there's so many fireflies that are shaped like an engine, like that. And Duckin got so scared. And
next,
look.
his driver secretly threw a rock from the cab into the ravine below. It's the ghost! Take me back!
Oh yeah, I felt the same way when I was a kid.
Please!
Coming in 5th place is Haunted Henry. The thing that makes it scary is, look, the gates were closing on its own, like paranormal stuff happening in real life. That it must be a demon in this episode. I watched this episode as a kid. This episode also scared the mucking spit out of me as a kid. No,
everything, and they were spooked. Faster, faster! There's a ghost! Stop! Stop! Yelled Henry.
And they crash into it.
A mysterious figure watched Henry go by.
There's also a Charlotte figure right here. That makes it more scary. Like a lot of Charlotte figures and creepypasta videos. If you want to go see paranormal stuff and Charlotte figure stuff, go watch Bizarre Pop. Go watch him. He makes one of the best creepy videos ever made.
Ahead was a landslide blocking the line.
Oh yeah, the landslide.
Henry braked hard, but the freight cars hit some of the rubble and plunged into the ravine.
That scene also was scary. Look at that, the trucks died. Into the ravine.
Just then, Henry's driver saw a strange sight coming towards them.
Oh yeah.
What's that? He said. The fireman laughed. That's our ghost. It's Old Bailey. The
Fogman.
Was
Old
very
Bailey.
Cross.
I tried to warn you about the viaduct. Why didn't you pay attention?
We're sorry, replied the driver.
In fourth place is Percy and the Haunted Mind.
Suddenly, he saw something.
Wow. It went underground.
Bouncing buffers, cried Percy. His driver hadn't seen the old chimney sink into the ground. Percy was so scared, he steamed away as fast as he could.
Percy went back again. And also, this time, there were gnomes inside these crates. What makes it more scarier?
Mine sank into the ground.
Even the mine sank to the ground. Oh my god, that is so fucking scary.
That? Shouted his driver. Double bouncing buffers, shrieked Percy. He was so scared, he lurched forward and rammed the freight car.
Oh, gnomes.
Naughty gnomes, cried Percy. He steamed away faster than before, all the way back to Lower Tidmouth Station, lapsing into empty mine shafts.
Well, it's good that, look, is this an old mine? That's why it's collapsing. That's why. Well, look, Percy got the gnomes. That's a good thing. Coming in third place goes to Toby and the Flood. It was a rainy day.
Been raining hard for weeks.
Everywhere was wet, wet, wet. Toby was feeling miserable. And look, the river was going fast because every single thing was so wet. And the mine's gonna break because the dam's gonna break because of some really big rain. And Percy was trying to help Toby make him feel better. Well, no, Toby has to test to be brave. He went past the bridge, and then they checked this mine. This, like, dam, yeah. And it doesn't look safe. They have to warn everyone. And Harold arrived. And then Percy was trying to wait for Toby to get out. And the bridge didn't look safe, and Toby was brave trying to go past that bridge. When I was a little kid, I think it looks like soup when I was a kid. I thought it was like sopita as a kid. Well, no, it was actually water. It was dirty water. That's what makes it more scary. And look at that, the dam, disaster struck. That's what makes it so chilling. Look at that. When I was a kid, I watched it when I was a kid. This scene scared the heck out of me because of some water. Disaster struck. Help Toby.
Help! Called Toby.
We'll follow him on our line. It meets the river further down.
And there was a little bit of water in that scene. Look at that.
As Toby floated helplessly on the floodwaters, they passed a sign that made them shudder. Beware the waterfall.
If we go over that waterfall, we're doomed.
Then they saw Harold, who swooped low and shouted urgently to them.
We're going to drop a rope to you. Attach it to yourself, quickly now.
Good thing that Percy and Harold helped Toby, and they also got a party for Toby at the end. And everyone's proud of Toby for being brave. In second place, the darkest episode of season 5 is Rusty and the Boulder. As I watched it as a kid, this episode also scared the mucking spit out of me as well. Man, so many season 5 episodes were so dark. That's what makes it the best Thomas season. Look at that. The boulder fell down.
Don't be so daft. It can't, said the driver. But it could.
Oh.
It's rolling along our line.
Indiana Jones. Look at that. Wow.
Said the driver. But Boulder was nowhere to be seen. Then, oh no, it's behind us.
The boulder
Just
is like
ahead,
magic.
Thunder passed.
And it almost killed all their good engine. It almost killed
Scarloli was
Scarloli.
making his way up to the quarry. Then
Whoa.
he saw Boulder.
And Rheneas.
It was Rheneas. It's running loose, yelled Rheneas. His driver drove him back as fast as he could. Hurry!
Oh my gosh.
Died his driver.
And now it's Percy. Look at that, and there's a fire in here.
Oh no, heading straight for me, squeaked
Oh my
Percy.
gosh. As a kid, I got so scared of this spit. Oh my gosh. It's headed straight for them. What makes it more chain? Look at that. It has a face in it.
They moved Boulder to a hill close by the yards. Rusty is sure that on a clear night, it is gazing up at the mountain.
Oh yeah, this looks so chilling. This episode was so scary. And now for the honorable mentions. Come out Hangry. They locked Hangry in the tunnel and never get out again. Well, happy in next episode, he got out because Goran can't pull the express. So yeah, it's actually good. Well, all Hangry can do is just sit down and watch the engines go past the other tunnel. Hangry was sad because no one can ever see his green paint and red stripes again. Well, it's good that he got out of the tunnel because Goran can't pull the express. Another one is Stephanie gets spooked. One of my favorites. I love this episode. This episode had to do with there's no place like home, that's why. Stephanie was lost, and you can see the scrapyard. And like I said, it looks like hell, the color of hell. What makes it so scary?
Your data is more valuable than gold to hackers.
And Ari and Bird push Stephanie to the scrapyard. And that's what makes it so scary. Look at that. The claw almost caught Stephanie and almost scrapped him. And then Sir Topham Hatt saved him. Look at that.
It stopped. There stood Sir Topham Hatt. It's a good thing I'm visiting this yard tonight.
Yeah, it's a
Saving
good
you
thing.
from scrap is becoming a habit, Stepney. Please stop it. Yes, sir. But I have learned something. What's that? There's no place like home.
Yes, there is no place like home, like they said in The Wizard of Oz. Man, I love this episode. One of my favorites. Stephanie Gets Lost is one of the best episodes I ever watched in my life. And the next one I'll mention, the last one, is the brake van. Or Donald and Douglas. Look at that. That's so scary.
The conductor was anxious. Go steady! The van's breaking!
What?
The van was in pieces. No one had been hurt.
Excuse me? What did you just said? Yes, someone has been hurt. Look at that. There's literally a face on this brake van that Douglas pushed too hard, and look at that. Wow, he died. So what do you mean no one had been hurt? And he can't be delighted about that. Look at that. Edward was a delight for Douglas. I mean, troll sharks are annoying. Well, no, dead people are not funny. That's what makes it so scary. And the number one Darkest Thomas episode goes to Escape. My favorite episode ever made of season 3 and my top 3 favorite. This episode was the best of season 3 and one of my favorite episodes. Let me tell you why. Because I'm happy that Douglas saved Oliver from being scrapped. He was escaping being scrapped. That's why. Oliver, look at that.
Who's there? Asked
Wow.
Douglas. A whisper came. Are you Sir Topham Hatt's engine? I am proud of it. Well,
Yeah.
I'm Oliver, and I'm with my brake van towed. We've run out of coal and have no more steam. But what are you doing? Escaping. From what? Scrap. Douglas shivered.
Oh yeah.
Then he remembered Edward's story about saving Trevor. I'll be glad to help you. It'll have to look, though, as if you're ready for scrap and I'm taking you away. Their drivers and firemen
Wow.
agreed to help, too. Everyone worked fast.
And I just told the brake van.
No time to turn round. I'll run tender first. Come on.
Wow. This episode literally made me cry. Tears of joy. It was such an emotional
But before they
episode.
could clear the station,
Douglas
they
saved
were
us
stopped.
Oliver. It was one of his best times of his life.
Called the foreman. A Great Western engine and a brake van, too. You can't take these. Aye, but they're all for us, said Douglas's driver. See for
Yeah.
yourself. The foreman looked all over Oliver. Seems in order. Right away, guard.
Wow, how nice of Douglas. That's why Douglas is my favorite twin out of all the twins of Thomas and Friends. Bert and Bill and Ben. Douglas is my favorite out of all of them.
That was a near thing. We've had worse, replied Oliver, and they forged ahead.
I'm happy.
Duck and
Look at
Oliver
that.
are happy on their branch line. The others laughed at first and called it the Little Western. Duck and Oliver were delighted, and so the Little Western it will always be.
Those are the top 10 scariest and darkest Thomas episodes ever made. Bye everyone, have a great day. Bye.